x equals x minus 1. So I got f of x, my function of x equals 2x divided by x minus 1. Okay, on your worksheet, we have x-intercept, y-intercept, vertical asymptote, horizontal asymptote, domain and range. All right? Before you can sketch your graph, you must locate your vertical and horizontal asymptote first. Because if you have your boundaries on your paper, it's easier to sketch. All right, so first of all, vertical asymptote. If I look at my thing here, what do I do to find my vertical asymptote? I set my denominator equal to 0 and solve. So x is going to equal 1. So we know x equals 1 is right there, my dotted line. My dotted line is right there. That's my vertical asymptote. That's my first boundary. That's my vertical asymptote. You're done there. Now I go to my horizontal asymptote. Okay, my horizontal asymptote is, what's the degree of p of x? 1. What's the degree of q of x? 1. They're equal, so therefore I got to take y equals, and it's going to be leading coefficient divided by leading coefficient. So 2 divided by 1. So that's going to be 2. So y equals 2. I have another boundary. That's my horizontal asymptote. Okay, that's your horizontal, your vertical asymptote. So then I go to my calculator. We're going to do a complete quick sketch. It's not going to be a die-hard sketch or anything like that. I've got 2x divided by, now when you divide it, remember you got to go parentheses. Why do we have to use parentheses in my denominator? Order of operations. Remember, you're not dividing by x, you're dividing by x minus 1. Bless you. So we graph that. So your graph then looks like this. It approaches, it approaches, it approaches. It comes down right here. Never touches. On this side, it looks like it comes here. And it goes up like that. So by looking at my graph, how many x-intercepts do I have?
No, I mean...
1 looks like, right? How many y-intercepts do I have?
1.
Looks like 1, doesn't it? Okay? Now, according to your calculator, what's the easiest way to find my x-intercepts? Go to the table. I go to second table, and what am I looking for? For my x-intercept, I'm looking for when the y value equals 0. So my x-intercept is going to be 0, 0. My y-intercept is also going to be 0, 0. Table tells you. Your x-intercept is when the y value is 0. Your y-intercept is when the x value is 0. Alright? So if you learned way back when in 7th grade math. Okay? Now, the last two things on your worksheet are what? Domain and range. Okay? Here's the easy thing about the domain. Okay? Remember, the domain is any x value we put into our problem. Well, according to my graph, what's the one x value I can never have?
2.
2. So your domain is always going to be opposite. Is it 1? It's 1. The domain is going to be 1. The domain is always going to be opposite your vertical asymptote. So you look at your vertical asymptote, you say it's just the opposite. So x cannot equal 1. It's always going to be opposite your vertical asymptote. So therefore, your range is always going to be opposite your horizontal. So my range here is going to be what?
X does not equal 2.
Y does not equal 2. Because remember, it's your range. What happens if you don't have a horizontal asymptote? Then your range is what? All reals. So your domain is always opposite your vertical asymptote. Your range is always opposite your horizontal asymptote. So you get these two done, and you automatically have these two.
How did you find the horizontal one then? Like, is it because of 2 and the x?
It was our steps. Remember our steps. My degree of p of x is equal to my degree of q of x, so both 1.
Okay.
So they're equal. We take the leading coefficient, divide by the leading coefficient. Okay? All right. I got x squared minus 2x minus 8. Here I've got then x squared minus 9. But since I've got to break that down anyway to find my vertical asymptote, is x squared minus 9 a special binomial? Difference of two squares. So how do I break that down?
X plus 3, x minus.
X minus 3, x plus 3. All right. So I look at that, I say the first thing I want to find is my vertical asymptote. What is my vertical asymptote then? X equals 3 and x equals a negative 3. Everybody agree with that? How we find the vertical asymptote? Everybody understands that? Okay? Now I come down and I say, okay, what's my horizontal asymptote then? What is the degree of P of x? 2. What's the degree of Q of x? 2. So therefore it's going to be y equals 1 because I got degree or the leading coefficient of 1 divided by leading coefficient of 1, so y equals 1. Alright, so now I got 3 asymptotes here. Vertical at x equals 3. Vertical at x equals a negative 3. And then I got y equals 1. Alright? So those are my asymptotes. Then I go to my calculator. I say, okay, I've got x squared minus 2x minus 8. I'm going to divide that by x squared minus 9. I hit graph.
So you put the whole thing in there, not just the numerator?
Whole thing.
You put the whole thing in there. I got a really weird graph, which
Yeah,
I know you get a
is
weird
it like
graph, but
straight
when
line?
I did this morning on the other calculator, I got these new calculators sometimes I think they're more difficult to read than the old ones. Okay, what was it again? It was x squared minus 2x minus 8. And we are dividing that by what? X squared minus 9. Graph that.
Just the middle part.
Okay, the middle part is, okay, so we got the middle part that kind of comes down here like this, and it goes over, the middle part's weird. This one's hard to read too. Let's see what yours looks like, see if I'm just. Oh yeah, mine looks like this too.
It used to like, I remember it used to put the asymptotes in there too. I remember
Yeah,
in some of them it
because
used to
they
be-
don't put their asymptotes in here very well though. And your calculators never go off your asymptotes.
Cause it looks like it's broken off, but that's actually like the asymptote.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine,
That's why it looks
What
like
is the
that,
middle
cause.
one?
How did yours look?
It's supposed to look like that.
It's supposed to.
I see,
look-
this is supposed to, mine this morning looked like this a lot better.
Yeah, that's what it's
Yeah, I
supposed
got
to
that
look
too.
like.
This is how it's supposed to look like,
That's what mine looks
for some
like.
reason.
I
But this is what mine looks like
not
on my calculator.
Yeah,
What yours looks like.
Wait,
Yeah.
what does
Wait.
yours look like?
Is that
Okay, this is what mine looks like,
Looks
but
like
this is what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, mine don't look good.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
a
okay, I'm getting-
Right? Yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like. Alright, so here, I'm gonna,
yeah. Yours just doesn't have an asymptote on it.
yeah,
It
I don't
doesn't-
know.
yours
Okay, here we
just
go.
has a line.
Here we go. So let's look at this one.
You
So,
can fix that.
yeah, we put it in, it looks like this, it approaches, it comes up here like this. Then this one here is going to, it looks like a cross here, but we know it can't cross here because there's an asymptote there.
Oh, it's two different.
Yeah,
Really?
there's like a break here. We know there's gotta be a break here because it can't cross that asymptote, that horizontal asymptote there. Thank you. I know that's what mine looked like this morning. Alright, so now when you look at that, what we're going to do is, the first thing we're trying to look for is the x-intercept. Well again, the easiest way, if you look at this, it looks like we have 2 x-intercepts, right? But where are we gonna go to find my x-intercepts?
Table.
Table. So I go to my second table, and I'm looking for when my y value equals 0. One of them is what?
-2, 0.
1, 0, and my other one, and that is -2, 0. Your table will help you locate that. It's a lot easier.
Y'all have.
I got 4, 0.
I got
4,
4,
0,
0.
2. I got 4, 0, 2.
Negative.
Yep, and it's -2, 0, and 4, 0.
Yeah.
Okay, those are my x-intercepts. Okay, now if you're gonna find your y-intercepts, you're looking when x equals what?
0.
0, and your y-intercept is gonna be what?
0.88889.
And let's go 3 decimals, so it's gonna be 0.889. Alright? My last part should be easy. What's my domain? My domain is always going to be opposite my what?
Vertical.
My vertical. So my domain is going to equal x does not equal 3 and negative 3. It can be any other number you choose, but 3 and negative 3 will never work. My range then is going to be what? Y does not equal positive 1. Alright? So when you get two of them,